So I'm reading in the Prajna Upanishad this little story about the creation, and I want to share it with you. He says, "My child, within this body dwells the self, from whom sprang the 16 parts of the universe, and in this manner they came into being." So he's going to tell us how the universe was created here, from this self. He says, "If creating I enter my creation, the self reflected, what is there to bind me to it? What is there to go out from it when I go out, to stay within it when I stay?" Pondering thus, and in answer to his thought, he made prana, which is that life energy. And from the prana, he made desire. And from desire, now this is an important point, I think, from desire, he made ether, air, fire, water, earth, the senses, the mind, and food. And from food he made vigor, penance, the Vedas, the sacrificial rites, and all the worlds. Thereafter, in the worlds he created names, and the number of the elements he thus created was 16. So I read that, and it's one of those interesting little events from the scriptures that you kind of ponder. And what really struck me was this notion that all of the elements, all of the material in this material world was born of desire. And I thought that is why it requires transcendence to get out of. Because all of the things in the material world are born of desire, which means they are capable of nothing else. Their nature is desire. And so if you consume the elements of the world, this material being, if you determine yourself to be a material being and you feast on the material being of the world, your only fruit that you can possibly gather from that is desire for more, because it is of the nature of desire. From desire it was born and created. And I found that to be fascinating, that should align so well with this notion of renunciation, renouncing that which changes, that which is not fulfilling, that which does not feed you, and turning inward toward what? The self, which is a presupposition to the creation, the self born in the body from which all of these things have come. First, that energy, that life energy, that prana, and from that prana, desire. And then from the desire, all of this manifest world. And doesn't that just make sense? That you and I have projected a world and placed what we need outside of ourselves in it, and given ourselves through ignorance a child called desire, and maybe a sibling called delusion. So don't look for your fulfillment in the world. It is of the nature of desire, as is your quest. Turn inward and touch that which came before the creation, that self from which the universe is born. Come to that suspicion, to that knowledge that all that is within you, and you are not within it.